Hi, I'm so glad you've decided to join us for this week's Renew Your Mind moment, where our focus is knowing your superpower and self-awareness. Self-awareness is just knowing who you are, your strengths and your weaknesses. Your strengths are those things that are hardwired into your DNA. They're part of who you are, your talents, your giftedness, things that you don't have to think about too hard. It's energizing to you to do those things because they come easily for you, naturally to you. And then your weaknesses are those growth opportunities. It's where you need some other people's input to get through those and to be successful at them. They're not natural to you. They're draining for you to work on. It's things you have to think hard about to do. You're capable of doing, but you have to kind of think and work at it harder than other things. Sophia Amoruso said, "True success lies in knowing your weaknesses and playing to your strengths." See, we can't just ignore our weaknesses. They don't go away as some of us want to make us think today. They're always there. And we have to acknowledge them so that we can work around them, so that we can work on them. But play to our strengths. We want to spend the majority of our time in our strengths, those things that are natural to us, so that we have the energy to work on those things that are not natural to us, that are more difficult for us. One of the ways we do that is through self-awareness, knowing how you're hardwired. We call it the 5 voices. Perhaps you're a nurturer. You love to take care of people. You like to cheer them on. You like to make sure that nobody's feathers are ruffled and everybody's happy within the organization. That's your strength. Your weakness is because you do care for people, you can overwork yourself and overcommit to make sure that everybody's taken care of. And you don't want to say no to people because you care too much about them. Or maybe you're like me and you're a connector and you bounce from one great idea to another great idea, super enthusiastic and excited about them, but not necessarily ever completing the job. That's my weakness. I love to connect people to other people. I like to work in teams. But I have to be careful because I can disconnect people when I get angry with them. I love to tell stories, but my weakness is sometimes I want to tell my story when I need to listen to yours. So knowing what my personality is helps me to lead myself in a direction that I can be a leader others want to follow. This week, I want you to ask yourself, what are 3 or 4 of my strengths? Those things that I can really lean into. Am I living in those things? Are those the things that I'm spending the bulk of my time at? And then how about a couple of weaknesses? What are the things that I need to work on? Never use them as an excuse to say, hey, it's just the way I am. That's just my weakness. But work on them, correcting them, leaning into your strengths, growing through your weaknesses. I hope you'll have a great week as you explore your strengths and lean into your superpowers.